COMBROSIA Connects, Alumni podcast brought to you by COMBROSIA, the Commerce Subject Society of Motilal Nehru College. Here, we are connecting the dots, and the alumni voices are shaping the future. I, Vidhi.
And I, once today, have an exciting episode in store for you, featuring a remarkable alumni from Motilal Nehru College, Delhi University.
Motilal Nehru College is a hub of talent, and our alumni have gone on to achieve incredible things in various fields. This podcast is a series which is all about reconnecting with our alumni, sharing their inspiring journeys and providing valuable insights to our current students.
That's right, Vidhi. It's a platform where we bridge the gap between the past and the present, where the experiences of our alumni can guide the aspirations of our current students.
And in this episode, we have a very special guest, Miss Twinkle Malik ma'am, who is an alumna of our college and is currently making waves as an audit associate at KPMG. She has set her foundation in the corporate world. And for all of you don't know that she was the president at CDF, that is one of a society of our college.
Ma'am's journey from our college to prestigious position at KPMG is truly inspiring, and we can't wait to hear all about it. Through this podcast, we want to showcase the diverse paths our graduates have taken, the challenges they have overcome, and the success they have achieved. Welcome to Combrosia Connects podcast, ma'am.
Thank you so much for the invite. It was really nice connecting with you. I'm happy to help anytime. I mean, Motilal has given a lot to me, obviously, and I guess, it's high time that I would want to be part of it as long time I can recall. So, yeah, happy to have a connect with all of you. And I'm really glad that you guys are taking up this initiative wherein, because when we were in my in our second or third year, I remember we really wanted a guidance as to with someone who's actually doing what we want to do. And my seniors has been very helpful to me. They still are. I mean, I do have a lot of our Motilal seniors in my office. They're my colleagues now, and they have been part of my journey all along. So I'm also thankful for them. Please let me know what you want to know. I am happy to answer all your queries.
Yes, ma'am. We are honored to have you here, ma'am. Vidhi, please begin with the first.
So now let's directly in the podcast and in the memory lane full of experiences, emotions, obstacles, and whatnot. Let's go back in the very beginning where it all started. All the first in everyone's life is very special. So what do you do? What did you feel, ma'am, when you first came to the college? And did you feel the nervousness when you first came to the college?
I can surely say I wasn't nervous. I was excited because being an extrovert personality, I am always looking forward to meet up new people, know their stories, know what's behind their agendas. But when I went to Motilal is part of DO, and being an outstationer, it's like a dream coming true. It was like my dream college and a step ahead in my journey of becoming something that I am today. And when I came to Motilal, I still remember I entered in a class, and it was the very first day, and no sections were, bifurcated during the first day, initial week. And I remember every single person sitting in the class was my friend, and they still are. I mean, I guess being an extrovert brings its own perks to you. Slowly and gradually, I began, introducing to the societies that we have, and no doubt in saying that at first some freshers might feel that Motilal, they could have gone to different college, but it was never the case with me. I am glad that I ended up in Motilal because that kind of defined my destiny where I am today. Motilal is one of the most prestigious institutions that I know, that we have the best of societies, the best of faculty, And I would say I was blessed enough to have the bestest group of seniors and now the juniors as well, I would say. Not that we are taking it any bifurcations in senior or junior, we all are same, but yeah, that was my first experience. I wanted to be, my first day was like, I want to spend all my 3 years here. But unfortunately, during the mid of my graduation years, we were hit by a pandemic and we had to, pass our half of the graduations working from home, I would say. But that was hell of another experience. We were the first batch to do everything online. And university was also successful in conducting everything online. A new way, that's how that prepared us to work from home now. I mean, people who were working from home earlier, people like us, we have an experience and now we know how to indulge into that disciplined routine of working from home and not that, just sitting on the laptops and doing nothing. So that's how my journey has been. It's a very, very, very quick brief. I mean, I'm happy to talk about it, but I can talk about it for hours. And I mean, it won't be added in the podcast, definitely, but I can talk about my college journey now for hours. It's the most bestest time I have ever had, and I really wish I could relive it again. Really wish
Amazing.
that.
College memories are one which we've cherished forever. And I really loved your point that destiny is not defined by the shoes you run in. It's all take the step you take.
Right.
Such a positive attitude towards that. Even I feel so obliged to be lending these points connect. Ma'am, teachers play a vital role in shaping our futures, much like skilled artisans sculpt a masterpiece from raw clay. Or you
Absolutely.
can say that expert navigators guiding a ship of success through uncharted waters. So, what are your opinion on this? Is there any specific advice given by any one of your teacher you still remember?
Well, there are a lot, but I have been a part of, societies a lot during my initial days of college, initial years of college, I would say. So, the most learnings I've had during the first phase of my college life was from the societal part, and not the academics part of our course. But the second course, the whole second course of my college life on online part, I would say, I was in like one-to-one connect with the teachers. You can call me nerd, but I was one of that students who who will remind the teachers about what was going on in the syllabus, what do we have to do today. And apart from that, my teachers used to say that you are that one person who is like, who looks like a nerd, but you're the most notorious kid of the class. You don't let anybody study. You just want to have conversations about what's going on in the world, what's going on in the economy, what's going on around, what's going on in the college. And that's how I have learned, I would say. And we were blessed enough to have the faculty at our place who does not only focus on the academic section, who does not only care about what's in the books, who care about that the person grows their personality completely in a very comprehensive manner. So I remember there are a lot of teachers that I can name with, but I would not do justice of naming just few. So I am really thankful for the faculty. I remember there's this one teacher who I'm very close to even today. I would say Monica Gulati ma'am. She said something that stuck by me till today. She said that one day I was just complaining. The bond I have had with my teachers was like I used to tell them everything, my personal life, my professional life, my family, what's going on in there. And one day I was very, very annoyed with what's going on, and I said, "Ma'am, I'm just done. I am done. This is too much. This is too. My career is not going anywhere." I was just complaining. Sometimes you just need someone to listen to. And she said, "Twinkle, I would quote exactly what she said. She said, मेहनत से कभी मत घबराना. अगर तुम मेहनत का साथ नहीं छोड़ोगे तो किस्मत तक कभी तुम्हारा साथ नहीं छोड़ेगी." Which basically meant in English that if you never leave working hard, your destiny would never leave you. It will always be in your favor. So it kind of stuck by me today as well. Even if it's a weekend or it's a working day and I don't feel like getting up, getting out of my bed, and just I feel like doing nothing at all. I remind it reminds me of the time when I had to do a lot, and she was the one who pushed me, and it's still stuck by me. I'm like, no, we have to do it. मेहनत से नहीं घबराना. Just keep moving, keep moving slowly. If you cannot do everything, keep moving slowly, but just keep moving. Do not stop. In your college life, you get used to the pattern of adulting. I have also had friends who were preparing for CA, who were taking regular college classes, who were in societies, who were outstationers and living by on their own in their flats and cooking their own food, doing their own chores. They were doing it and they were proud of it. So the feeling of that independence and being proud at yourself makes you moving, keeps you moving, and you can do it. And there are days if you feel like uh, you didn't go here today, you didn't do dusting, your room is not cleaned up always. That's okay. That's completely fine. No one is judging you. It's completely fine to skip one productive task from your to-do list today to make sure that you're sane the whole day. It's completely fine. It's absolutely fine. You always have a next morning to do everything. So yeah, just do not
Yes,
stop, I would say.
agreeing to your point, it doesn't mean, dear audience, that we need to work for a particular time. It's all about we need to be productive. Yes, ma'am. It doesn't mean that if we are going to work for a 8 hours or 8 hours sleep, but we need to be productive even we work for even a single hour or a single minute. We need to be productive in that. You know, dear audience, and ma'am, you will also agree. Life is all like a vegetarian thali, Indian thali. I am vegetarian, so I'll correlate with Indian thali. It has a bowl of rice, a pickle, four chapatis, curd, salad, raita. You know, I like pickle, but I can't fill my tummy with the pickle. You know, if I like rice, I can't fill my tummy with the rice. So you need to be that compatible, that enough working all rounder personality that if you are going for a CA, you have to prepare your food also. Don't just blame your life that I'm working on a single thing. If I like a single thing, that doesn't be going to be cost my penny, right, ma'am? If you like only dancing, so you can't divert your full time to the dancing. You need to be at the KPMG Audit Associate also. You need your family time also. You need your friends time also. You need your ACC preparation time also. So it's all like an Indian vegetarian thali. We need a mixture of all that. Okay. So,
And
yes, Vidhi.
I can relate with you, ma'am. Being a student in this college, I have been a part of societies, and the things you mentioned, that you were the part of the cultural societies and the commerce societies, and then, of course, the non-profit organization society. I can literally relate with you. And in my mind, I was thinking that ki, I have got someone that have done also and that have done that which I am doing. So I have been motivated by that. Like I can be there and I can achieve that heights. So right.
Absolutely, and trust me, if you feel like that in college, even if you're in first year, second year, third year, it doesn't matter at all. At all the 3 years, you experience everything new, everything for the first time. I mean, if you're a fresher the first time, you're also a senior for the first time. So you're doing everything for the first time, and it can become very overwhelming at times. And it's okay because that is, if you're juggling right now in your college, that's my friend is you're preparing yourself to deal with adult life, with an adult life, because it's no joke. Trust me, I'm not scaring you, but it's no joke. Adult life is no joke, but if you're doing everything right now simultaneously, it will help you later on. You'll know what you want, trust me. Or at least if you won't know what you want, you would know that these are certain things that you cannot compromise on, that you know for sure. So, see, there are a lot of people who don't know what to do, but I would just say that it's okay. It's okay to not know what to do, but it's not okay to not accept what you cannot accept. You should always have one thing in your mind. It's an advice from someone who has taken everything on her plate at one time, even if it was overwhelming sometimes. But I've had friends and family to support me. But I would just say it's okay to slip one day, but you have to get up the other day if you want to keep moving. Because at the end of the day, you will be at the other side of the tunnel. But when you look back, you'll only see dark. You'll only see dark memories if you look back. But if you're at the beginning of the tunnel and you persist that it's going to be dark, you cannot be able to move. You just have to look the darkness once you're done with it. Once you're done with the process.
Yes, it's very insightful. Thank you so much, ma'am, dear audience. Okay, ma'am. Now let's come to the current. You are working as an audit associate in the KPMG. So how did you get in here? Was from placement cell, or you looked upon yourself? How did you get into this job?
Right. So landing into one of the big fours was, like I mentioned, I wanted to be in the finance industry, in this industry. So want landing up in one of the big fours was one of my dreams since I chose commerce as my stream. So landing up here was one of my dreams, which has come true now. I knew what it takes to be a part of big corporate. I belong from a family where everyone is in corporates, big corporates, but no one is in a commerce corporate. Like everyone is an engineer or a data scientist, but no one is like an accountant or an auditor or a CFA or an ACC or a CA. So it was one hell of another challenge for me. But corporate was something that I know I wanted to be there, and I want this. So I'm that person. I want it. I get it. I work hard for it, and I get it. So in college, I knew that choosing Delhi University was one of my reason that I know that placements are very great here, and I knew that this would help me. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this call, getting into Motilal was one step ahead in my dream journey, right? So when I was here, I knew what it takes. In the very first week of my college, I talked to my seniors. I talked to the graduates of that time and asked them what it takes to be a part of Big Four or what it takes to be part of the placement cell and how the process goes. And they kind of gave me an insight that it's not about grades, it's about what you have learned throughout your journey. Doesn't matter if you cannot pass the placement test. It doesn't matter at all. I mean, it does matter when you actually fail the test, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. That's what they told me, and you have to keep exploring because you're here not for the job, not for the money. You are here for yourself. You're here to learn. So I started my journey from the first day only. I knew I had to create a resume wherein I don't have to fill in educational details as Motilal Nehru College BCom Honors 2018 and 21 pass out. No, I have to have the other part of the page filled. And one of the reasons, there are a lot of people in college who join the societies just for the sake of certificates. Every fresher does that, but once you are into it and you give your heart to something, you give your heart and mind to something, and you work hard, there is something that you get in return. I have got a lot of respect that I wanted being a part of the societies. I've been respected. I have been felt important, and I've felt important in a way that I am someone who's making change. I am someone who's bringing change. So society's played a lot of huge role in giving me a ticket to the interview, to getting the interview, because first part is getting the CV shortlisted, and it's not easy. And there's always few things that you learn from your seniors, and placement cells also conducts a lot of sessions that wherein they tell you that your CV is supposed to be in a very professional manner, and it's supposed to have some keywords which matches the job requirement, job description. And it does not work only for the placement. It works if you're applying out of your college. If you're applying off campus, your CV should be in such a manner wherein the keywords match the job descriptions. One thing. Second thing, if your CV is all up to date, you have so your CV is what stands out of you, what stands you out of the other people. What have you done which anyone hasn't done? So what happens? You work a lot on yourself, you make a good CV, and you match your this picture with the CV that you have, right? But when you land up in an interview, they ask you, tell us something about yourself which is not in your CV. So what will you tell them? You're part of societies, that's in your CV. You've achieved great academic heights, that's in your CV. You have been nominated for a National Karamveer Chakra Award, doesn't matter to them, that's in your CV. What will you tell them which is not there in your CV? Because all these 3 years you've been working on yourself to add something in your CV. So therein you tell them that you are one hell of a great personality that they can ever have. If you are there with their company, no one of them, no colleague of them of them will ever get bored. So I mean, this is just a part of kidding up, but you tell them, that's where you tell them what you have learned from those certificates. That your journey has not been just a certificate of Combrosia or Adhar.
So blessed that I am connecting with you. And Adding on to this, like leadership is the capacity to translate vision into the reality. Possessing leadership skills is a must have in today's world. And being the president at CDF, it must have polished your leadership skills and you must have learned about the delegation of work. And being a commerce student, these both skills are necessary. Like, what's your point on that?
Absolutely. So, even in the first chapter of your commerce subjects, you must have read this line that every leader can be a manager, but not every manager can be a leader. So it's not just a line; it's actually true. One thing I would like to say that you're not. It's not you who makes you a leader. It's your team and your people who makes you a leader. So a leader's job is not actually to be a leader in themselves. Leader's job is actually to make others feel that they are also leading something, they're also doing something important. When I was the president, I mean, I have still, when I left the presidentship, when my college was over, I used to hear to the people to that the current president, everyone is saying to them, you don't work like Twinkle Didi. You're not working like because my work was not like, I mean, the other presidents were doing a great job. The other college societies president, they also used to hear that they want to work in a team where Twinkle is leading. It's not. I mean, I'm very. It gives me an immense sense of respect that my style of working is not that I will do the work. See, I have worked 3 years to be a president. I have worked 3 years rigorously to be a president. So now my job of doing the work is done. Now my job is to get the work done. And I have no shame in saying that I have made a lot of people do stuff that they never wanted to do in the first place. And at the end of the time, they thanked me that I gave them that opportunity to work. So it was that way. And I know that it's kind of an instinct, you trust someone and then you tell them that they can do it and they will do it for you. And it works everywhere. It works if you're a president, it works if you're a core team, it works if you're a manager, it works if you're a business owner. You have to trust the person that they will get the job done for you. That's how you do it. You cannot achieve anything absolutely at all on your own. You have to have a team who help you. And now, the vision. If I think I need to get this task done this week, I need to have my team thinking in the same manner. I need to have them having the same zeal. And that can only be done if you ask them if they want to do it or not. It's as simple as that. If they don't want to do it, give them something else that they want to do. It's as simple as that. But I mean, I was blessed enough to have a great team who wants to work, who wanted to work, and they helped me achieve whatever we have achieved. But yeah, being a leader, it's no joke. It's no joke at all.
Yes, agreeing to the ma'am points. Leadership is not about just creating a bossy nature or being a dictator. It's all about
Welcoming manner that you have said. And I guess this should have been applicable to every industry, everywhere, in college, in societies, in offices, in workspaces, even in any hobby class. I would say, if you're going for the first time, you should be welcomed in any manner that you feel that you should have been respected.
Yes, ma'am. The supportive nature and that friendly environment only boost up your productivity. You can be more productive in the nature which is friendly rather than the bossy nature. Okay, ma'am. So let's move on to the fun part of the segment, Combrosia Connects. Vidi, we can begin with that.
Okay, so
I'm excited.
so yeah, it's a 1 second. So it's a game called What's Come to Your Mind When I Say the Following. Okay, done. Okay, so first, you,
Bold.
passion,
Happiness.
money,
Need a lot.
Combrosia,
Growth.
hobby,
Music.
scary,
Horror movies.
KPMG,
Love.
book,
Academics.
inspiration,
Mother.
friendship,
Friendship. Everything.
Work
For
life.
me, friendship is, I'm that person who, people say, she'll die for her friends. I am that person, and my friends does that for me too. Work life, yeah, work life, very important. A part of my life, I would say.
Motilal Nehru College.
Best 3 years.
Favorite thing?
Instagram.
Food.
Food, oily, spicy, more the better.
That
Lovely
was
to
a
hear
very
your rapid responses, ma'am. So, heading on to this, ma'am, KPMG is your dream company. It was your dream come true. If any other MNC approaches you or offers you high package or offers you other opportunity, would you leave this and move on towards that or not?
Okay, a very good question. And this is not just for KPMG. Any person working everywhere might have thoughts of about switching every now and then. So I'll tell you something that in my firm, especially in my team, I'm no judge to any other team or any other firm. I have my senior managers who have been part of this team from past 15 to 17 years. I have all my colleagues who have had experiences of the same firm, same team of 10 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. And when I look at them, I also ask them the same thing. What made sure that you stay here for the long time? Because opportunities come and go. Every now and then you'll get another any other firm reaching out to you, any other startup reaching out to you, or any other college or any other. I have had offers from consultancies, student consultancies, to be part of their team and consult their students as to what they need to do in their future. Like, we're having this connect, so they wanted me to connect with people, and they were ready to pay me for that. But I didn't want to be part of it because one, KPMG was my dream. Doing this, what I'm doing today, is my dream. And if I'm not loyal to my dream, trust me, my work hard and my destiny is nothing to me if I'm not being loyal to my dream. Second, I'm pursuing ACC right now, and my firm is sponsoring that for me, which I am very grateful for, because for a person like me who comes from a middle class family and who wants to be independent, and the firm is giving a chance to them. They're also paying us for our expenses, for our living expenses. They're also paying us for our studies. They're also paying us to shape our careers into a future, into a successful future. I would say I'm heavily in debt to them, but there has not been any chance that they have made me realize, they have made me feel that I'm in debt to them, which is the best thing about my firm. And I'm not being an advocate of my firm here in any manner. I appreciate all the firms. I know what it takes to be a part of firm, and I appreciate all the firms are doing the great job that they can. But all I know is that I am getting so much from KPMG that in return, I believe that my loyalty to them and being true to what I'm getting, even that if that makes me to stay here, and I'm happy to stay here as long as I can see my future down the line, 5 years, 10 years. I'm sure will be a lot of opportunities that I'll see into near future. I would consider changing or switching my firm only when only then when I realize that I have a market image. So, if, for example, very basic example for you to understand, if you're in Combrosia right now, you just joined and you leave the society in 4 months or 5 months and you go to another society just for the sake of experiencing the new thing, and you're getting a position there, or the faculty is good there, or the society members have more parties there, and you go there, you won't have that relevance in any of the societies because you don't have a market image. But if you spend one good year with Combrosia, you have a leverage and go there to tell them that I have done this great job in 1 year. I'm not leaving that. I'm leaving that because I want to learn more. The moment I'll stop here is when I see that I don't have any learning. And here, when I'm today, the team I am in, every day is a new learning for me. Every day I learn everything new, anything new. Only I'll consider switching when I see I don't. Today is the day that I'm not learning anything. One. Second, I have a market image that if I go to some firm, I don't go to the firm. The firm comes to me that, see, we want you. So that's how you create your market image, and you can only create your market image if you're loyal to your firm. If you're loyal to, because see, extract KPMG from my life, I might not be here on this interview with you. I'm being very honest and transparent about it. Extract KPMG from my life, I might not be able to pay my bills. So it is a very important part of my life, and I cannot leave it any which way. I mean, it's not just any food habit or any bad habit that I have to leave. It is something that is a very integral part of my life, and I'll only consider switching if I have a market image that yes, now today there is no learning for me here, and I'm ready to go. Because I'll tell you something. Once you leave college, you'll realize that you have to start from scratch, because the same you have felt, a very little chunk of it you have felt when you came to the college the first day. You were boss in your school. Everyone knew there. The faculty knew there. You had friends. But when you came to college, you had to start fresh. You had to start from the scratch. And trust me, my friend, the life on the other side of the college gate is completely different. There you have faculty to think about you. There you have your friends, there you have your family. Once you cross the other side of the college gate, no one is there to help you. No one is there. You have to yourself be your own boss. And that's when it comes into the picture. You know what's right and wrong for you. The best part of being an adult life, being a part of an adult life is when you do something wrong, you know that you're doing it wrong, and despite of knowing you do it wrong, because you also know the repercussions. In college, you don't think about it. You don't think about the repercussions of what's gonna happen if you do something wrong. But when you cross college life, you know, if today I think about, okay, I'm working 14 hours a day. I've had a busy season. I'm working 14 hours a day. Just saying that, and if I feel like I cannot do this, 14 hours is too much for me, and I quit tomorrow. What am I gonna do? Do I have a backup plan? Do I have something which I'm gonna do apart from it? Because trust me, you have to be very practical in real life. You cannot just quit any other day when you feel like it's not a food habit that you feel like quitting. It's not as same as dieting that you feel like, okay, I start dieting today. It's not as simple as that. And the kind of satisfaction and happy I am right now working with my phone, I see myself working here down the line 20 years, I would say, as long as I can see myself.
That's truly inspiring, ma'am. Your loyalty is going to be cherished forever. Okay, ma'am. So moving on to my next question. If if your outfit could talk, what would it say about you? And give a title to it also, please.
Corporate woman. Because, yeah, absolutely that. I mean, it's a very professional session, but um, if it would have been a non-professional session, I would have showed you my wardrobe or my Almira. It's all corporate pack. It's all corporate pack, but involving a lot of fashion, because I love to shop. I love to be on top of the every fashion. I have to have every fashionable thing which is new in market. So even my office colleagues tells me that every day you come to office in a corporate attire, but it doesn't look like you're going to a regular office. It looks like you work as a part of some fashion magazine, fashion corporate magazine. So that's how I like to dress up, and I really work on it a lot. I really work on it a lot. I Because I believe the way I put myself forward, the first impression, if anybody would see me for the first time, they would see how I have presented myself. And you dress in such a manner in the manner that you want people to perceive you. So this is what I want. I always mostly dress professionally, unless it's parties on any Indian functions. I dress professionally, and anyone can see me and tell me that I work in corporate. Anyone, very easily, they can tell me that I work in corporate.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely, we need to be trendy, fashionable. So,
Yeah.
so okay, ma'am. If you could have a dinner party with any great personalities or anyone, who would you invite?
Any of my friend which I've been longing to catch up with, from my college or school specifically, because we promise a lot to our friends each other that we'll stay in touch, we'll keep connected, And trust me, the sad reality is my college friends, we were so happy that we are in the same town working in the firms adjacent to each other, but it's been a year we have met in person. So I'm really looking forward to have one of the meals and catch up with them. And I'm really looking forward to have a conversation with them right now, because earlier when we were in college, our conversation used to be very silly and very childish and very kiddish. But now I am sure we're going to have a very intellectual talk about our grocery lists, about what's going on in our family, about our budgets, about where we are going to invest the next upcoming bonus that we will receive from our firm. Which I mean, you'll realize that once you finish your college, you the kind of talks that you'll have, the kind of conversations that you'll have with your friends will be a completely different aspect. If you're a dog parent, you will talk about your pet all the time. You would have not done in your college life. You would not. But if you're a pet parent, you will definitely do that. So your talks become more adult. So that's what. And the third
Yes.
would be, uh, I mean, I haven't given a much thought about it, but if we are going, so I would go with Barkha Singh. She's one of the influencer. She is kind of my lady love, and not because she's an Instagram influencer or she's a celebrity or she's an actress. Not because of that, but I've been following her for a really good time. She's one of a businesswoman that I know. She is one of the person who has been excelled in her academics. So she's someone I want to have a meal with, because she's someone who has excelled in all parts, academically, family front. She's someone who have achieved a lot, but she's so humble and so down to earth. Even if she goes back to her family, she goes back to her place, she's someone that you know you eat in the steel plate, you eat with hand, you eat your dal chawal with hand, you have to sleep on the floor if guests come to your place. She's that person. But if she works, she's working diligently. She's very disciplined in her work. If there's a shoot time, I mean, the kind of industry that we see, it's all glamour, but if you actually dip into it, it's not at all very starlighty and glamorous. It actually involves, if as a corporate person I have to reach my office at 9 a.m., they also have to reach their shoot at 10 a.m. if that's the time, or even if it calls for coming up and showing up at 3 a.m., they have to reach up there. So I have seen her being, even after being an actress, she can be as rude as, or be, in a limelight that I am an actress, I don't give a damn about anybody. But she's not like that. She respects the spotlight boy, and she respects the co-star in the same manner. So that's what I adore about her, and I would really like to have a meet with her. She's kind of my lady inspiration. That's why.
Thank you, ma'am, for an amazing
Really
response to
inspiring.
it.
Yes, ma'am. And I would add me, Vidhi, and Kamal also added to your invitation, without invitation to your dinner party, right?
I would love to take you all out sometime. I mean, anytime you would wish to. I'm very happy. I was also happy to, have this catch up in person in college, because I'm dying to come back to college once. I would really like to catch up with the current batch of the commerce section of our college. It's always inspiring to meet up with the fresh minds, because believe it or not, once you enter the adult life, you kind of miss out on the, I would say, the youth fun, and the college crowd can only bring that to your life, I would say.
Yes, ma'am. Even we would love to have you in a college campus. Not our college campus, even yours also.
Anytime, I mean, anytime,
Right.
connect, we can connect.
Okay, ma'am. So my last one situation which I'm getting in my mind, I want to ask, nevertheless, we are off more of the time. Okay, ma'am. Imagine you are standing at the entrance of an enchanted forest. Trees are colossal, their branches forming a majestic canopy that filters ray of golden sunlight. As you step inside, you discover that this forest is unlike any other. It's not just teeming with unique flora and fauna, but it's also rumored to hold a single magical item that can grant you one wish, but only if you can find it. My question to this is that what would your wish be if you found this magical item in the enchanted forest?
Oh, wow. for someone who's a big fan of fairy tale world like me, this was a very great question. It was a very great question and something to look forward to. One wish I can get. One first thing I would do when I'm in such an environment, I would just sit on with my own thoughts and embrace the nature. The wish I would want to have is to have a mind as sharpened as that I can learn anything in one go. Because
Absolutely fantastic, ma'am.
because as much as I would say that money is very important, yeah, money is of no use even if I'll get a check of 10 crores today and I don't know how to use it. I would wish for, in that enchanted forest, I would wish for wisdom. Yeah, wisdom and the power of learning everything at once. Because I know the power of the brain. I know that because I've been in a situation that I've used my brain. I've been in a situation that I've been of no brain and taken any decision relentlessly. And I know what's the power of brain. I know what's inside, and I know how to control it. So, if the power of wisdom I have, I guess there's a lot that I can do about it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Okay, Vidhi, let's have an ending, right?
Right. So, this brings us to the end of this captivating episode of Combrosia Connects Alumni Podcast. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us the insights, and your journey was really insightful. And to our listeners, we hope you found ma'am's story as inspiring as we did. Remember, success is not just about reaching the destination, it's about embracing it, like Twinkle Ma'am's story was. So,
Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, keep reaching for the stars and embracing your own journey of success. This is Vansh
and I, Vidhi.
signing off. Stay connected with Combrosia on social media and keep an out for upcoming episode. We have more inspiring alumni.